Ever thought about how the person you're talking to online might not just be behind a screen, but maybe somewhere near you? It was late at night in my small Los Angeles studio apartment. The blue light from my laptop flickered in the corner while I sipped my chai, editing content. Everything felt like the same boring routine, until one single notification messed it all up. I'm Jasmine, 26, living alone in a tiny studio in LA. By day, I do freelance writing. By night, I upload on OnlyFans, a side gig, an escape, honestly my way to stay afloat. Rent here isn't cheap, and working online gives me freedom, but also a weird kind of loneliness. My place is cozy, a small desk, a couch, and a balcony that looks out at the city lights. Everything felt perfect, like my own safe little bubble. My neighbor Tyler's a chill dude, friendly but keeps to himself. We exchange casual hey in the elevator, and that's about it. Most of my real conversations happen online, through DMs, comments, and random compliments from strangers. I never really took privacy seriously. My username was close to my real name, and sometimes my street peeked into the background of my clips. I used to think, who cares? But now, every time I open my laptop and my heart starts pounding at each new notification, I realize maybe I blurred the line between online and real life myself. My routine was simple: morning chai, open the laptop, freelance work, then editing and planning till evening. At night, I'd turn on the ring light, set up the camera, and shoot a little OnlyFans content. My setup was basic: a soft backdrop and a warm glow from the balcony light. Everything felt normal until it didn't. One evening, while checking my notifications, a new message popped up. "Nice car, Jasmine. I saw it outside last night." I smirked at first, figured it was just a coincidence since I'd shared a quick clip of my car a few days ago. But then came the next message. "You should close your curtains when you record." My fingers froze. I looked up at the screen's reflection, pale face, and yeah, my curtain was half open, letting the streetlight spill in. I jumped up and yanked them shut, but my heart was still racing. Outside, the street was dead quiet. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling, like someone out there, hidden in the dark, was quietly watching me. Over the next few nights, little things started feeling off. Every time I opened my laptop, I swore I saw a movement in the reflection, a quick shadow gliding behind me, gone in a blink. At first, I brushed it off. Maybe I was overworked, losing sleep. But then it kept happening. One night, I checked the live feed of my apartment's parking lot. Every car was still, except mine. My headlights flickered for just a second, like someone had hit the remote. But I knew my keys were sitting right there on my desk. Then came this soft click, like the doorbell being pressed, barely. I looked at the intercom screen, blank. No one there. My pulse spiked. I told myself it was probably some wiring glitch. But when I peeped through the peephole, my throat went dry. The door handle was slowly turning, not from the wind, but careful, cautious, like someone was quietly testing how strong the lock was. That's when it hit me. Maybe I wasn't alone. That night felt normal at first. I had my soft pink lights on, lo-fi beats playing in the background, and I started my OnlyFans stream. The usual comments rolled in. "You look amazing. Love your vibe." Everything was fine, until a new username appeared at Watcher1989. He typed, "The blue mug behind you looks nice." I froze. The camera angle didn't even show that mug. It was sitting on my side table, completely out of frame. For a split second, I thought maybe it was coincidence, but then came the next message. "You shouldn't leave your window open like that." My heart slammed in my chest. I immediately ended the stream, killed the lights, and grabbed my phone. The intercom beeped softly, a message flashing on the tiny screen. "I'm on your floor." I glanced toward the window, and in the reflection, there it was. A silhouette. Still, not fully visible, not completely hidden. Just a vague human shape, standing somewhere beyond the camera's reach. With every passing second, it felt closer. The air grew thick, like whoever it was could still see me, even from the other side of the screen. The room was pitch dark. I shut off every light, closed my laptop, and the silence was so deep I could hear my heartbeat in my ears. Every now and then, I thought I heard faint footsteps in the hallway, slow, cautious, like someone trying not to be heard. Then it hit me. A few days ago, I'd posted a photo of my plants near my front door. In the background, part of my building's entrance was visible. "Oh shit," I whispered. Did I basically dox myself? I rushed to pull the curtains tight, and just as the fabric met, I heard it. A soft tap. Not on the door, not the balcony, on the glass. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and slowly ran the beam across the window. Nothing outside, just the empty street and long shadows. But then I saw it, a faint fingerprint on the glass, perfectly shaped, fresh, and the creepiest part? It was smudged from the inside. I froze completely. Was someone in my apartment? Or was I seeing something that wasn't supposed to exist? The next morning, I went straight to the police station. I told them everything. The live stream, the fingerprint, the creepy messages. The officer listened carefully, then said, "Without proof, there's not much we can do." When they checked the footage, every camera was blurry, static-filled, like someone had tampered with it. And the messages? Gone. My inbox was completely clean, like they'd never been there. I decided to delete my OnlyFans, wiped every post, every username, and tried to reset my life. But the unease never really left. Even now, when I walk past my kitchen window late at night, I sometimes hear a faint mechanical sound, like an engine turning over. When I look down from the glass, my car's headlights flash once, then off again. The driver's seat is always empty. The street, silent. And in that moment, one name echoes in my head, Watcher_17. And I can't help but feel, maybe some subscribers aren't just online anymore. Ever wondered, while you're sitting in front of your camera talking to the world, someone might be watching you too? Not from the screen, but from outside it? That kind of gaze you can't see or confirm. You just feel it. Like someone standing quietly behind a window, just watching. I'm Elena, 27, living in a quiet little bungalow in Austin, Texas. My house is small, cream walls, hanging plants on the porch, and a half-broken swing in the backyard. By day, I'm a freelance graphic designer, juggling client calls and coffee cups. But when the night hits, my world shifts. I go live on OnlyFans. People call it easy money. But for me, it was an escape. A place where I could be whoever I wanted, without anyone judging me. My neighbor, Mark, is the chill type, always wearing a hoodie, waving from his porch every other evening with a casual "evening, Elena." A little awkward, but harmless. I always thought I was good with privacy. Sheer curtains, VPN, fake username. I thought I was smart, protected. But sometimes, there's a thin line between confidence and carelessness. I didn't realize how many real-world hints I was dropping online. Not until one night, when that safe bubble I'd built around myself quietly started to crack. Fridays were my thing. I'd light my lavender candle, switch on my warm yellow lights, and adjust my laptop setup. Outside, the Texas autumn hummed. Faint crickets, a soft breeze nudging the porch chimes. My little corner never changed. Beige chair, cream throw blanket, soft light from the window. Chat started rolling. Familiar usernames, jokes, emojis. It all felt safe, predictable, like comfort on loop. Then, a new username popped up. Nice setup. Can I see your window view? I laughed it off, typed haha, maybe next time, and ignored it. But something about that moment felt off. The blinds moved, just a bit, like someone brushed against them from outside. I told myself it was the wind, but the air felt still. The candle flickered for a second, and it was like something shifted in the room. Something I couldn't name, but I felt it. For a while, things felt normal again. I kept chatting, smiling, keeping the energy light. But my eyes kept darting toward the window. The candlelight made strange shapes on the blinds. Every now and then, I thought I saw a flicker, a faint shadow. Then, another message appeared on the screen. Hello from the other side. My fingers froze on the keyboard. I forced a smile. My camera was still on, viewers watching. But inside, my chest tightened. The air felt heavier, like the room was holding its breath. I pretended to adjust my camera, tilting it a bit left. Now the window was half in frame. For a few seconds, nothing. Then, a blink of movement. A dark, human-shaped blur at the corner. Just a second, then gone. Like whoever it was wanted me to notice, just once. I hit pause on the stream. The screen went black, and silence swallowed the room. Only the candle flickered, throwing warped shadows on the wall. The air felt thick, my heartbeat loud, every thump sharp, clear. Then my phone buzzed. A notification. I looked down, hands trembling. A new message flashed. Your street number is 47. For a second, I thought I read it wrong. But no, it was there. 47. My real street number. My head went blank. I never said it online. Never showed it. I slowly set my phone down and looked toward the window. Through the candle's faint reflection, I saw it. A dark shape, blurry but still, standing right outside. My breath caught. I blinked, and it was gone. Just the blinds swaying gently, even though the air was still, like someone had just stepped away. I ended the stream instantly. The screen blacked out, silence screaming around me. The candle burned low, smoke curling thin in the air. I turned off the lights and sat on my bed's edge, phone in hand, staring at nothing. Every few seconds, I swore I heard footsteps on the porch. A faint creak, then nothing. My mind raced. Had I ever shown my house number by accident? I opened my old sessions, scrolling through recordings. And there it was, a reflection on the window. The mailbox. The faint number 47 in the corner. My stomach dropped. Did I do this to myself? Kept echoing in my head. Then I heard a sound, a soft click. Not from the door, from the window. A slow, deliberate tap on the glass. I turned on my phone's flashlight and aimed it straight ahead. For a few seconds, nothing. Then a faint smudge appeared. A fingerprint. But what froze my blood was that it was inside. Next morning, I told Mark everything. Every sound, every flicker, every creepy username. He laughed, said, probably just the wind or some glitch. But the dread didn't fade. I went to the cops, shaking, desperate, but they brushed me off. No proof, no case. One said, like I was wasting his time. So I quit. Deleted my OnlyFans, wiped every photo, message, backup, all of it. It felt like erasing part of myself. For a few nights, everything was quiet. No messages, no weird shadows. I started to believe maybe Mark was right. But now, every night when I walk past the blinds, I feel it again. That faint shift, that watching stillness. It's not outside anymore. It feels inside. Then I hear it, a soft ping from my laptop. The one I haven't turned on in weeks. The screen flickers, then freezes on that same username. Watcher_47. And in that dead silence, one thought crawls back into my mind. Was the live ever really off?